Hello and welcome to another video on the Scouring Early Access. Today's match is going to be a 1v1 ranked match between me, the Perfect Gamer, and my enemy, Patrick. And this game I had very shortly after a previous match I had with Patrick. But instead of playing Orc once again against him, I just decided to change it up and just try out Human. And here I guess I decided to make double Barracks to I guess try out a double Archer production build. But of course, you're gonna have very low income from mining, so I didn't really hurry on trying to get a second barracks out. And over here, my enemy, the Cyan Orc, Patrick, looks like he's doing a similar build that he did before. Just doing barracks and just pumping out all the warriors. And over here I decided to, I guess, make all the archers and then try to kill the troll first, which I guess is a bit of a mistake. Because I could have probably killed these wolves or killed these bandits or even killed some goblin archers here. But I'm not really, I guess, knowledgeable and reforged on how powerful units are against neutrals, so I thought maybe a good handful of archers would be able to kill this troll. But I do wait for a few more archers. And here my enemy does a very similar thing. Goes to kill this troll with 5 warriors. And so should be able to do it pretty easily. No losses. It's pretty easy to micro away your units. And here I thought I could spread out my archers. That would help me with killing this troll, but I guess I kind of did a mistake. I kept running away towards lower health archers instead of towards my healthier ones. And then, as well, you can see happens is my archers can't really outrun them. And so this was a bit of a mess, you could say. Lost 4 archers for nothing. And I guess looking back, could have even just done the, whatever you call it, little bait tactic. Just take 1 archer and shoot this troll. Make him fall all the way back to your barracks and just shoot him down here. And lose no archers. But I guess it's always the things you know after playing a game. Here you can see my enemy already has a lot of level 3 warriors. And pretty much most of my units are level 1. And only 3 of them, or I guess 5 of them are level 2. But I guess it's sort of interesting, just because Orc is more powerful in the beginning. Because their warriors cost somewhat similar amount to archers. But they have like almost double the health. 160 on a warrior, and then 50 even on archer. So it's like 3 archers worth of health. So it's going to be hard to take him down, especially when level 1 warriors and level 1 archers do the same damage. So that's why it's so I guess different. You can say unbalanced, but Not exactly, because archers have range, and so you can somewhat kite the orc enemy. But I guess that's why you can also see how few berserkers can be pretty helpful in running down a mostly archer spam. But here I was just making a lot of archers. And then I remembered that getting the archer damage could be pretty useful. So I got a tier 2, making a sawmill for the sole purpose of getting the archer damage. I guess over here, my enemy, I guess after seeing I had a lot of archers, decides to get the shield ability and charge, but I guess maybe my enemy didn't know that charge is only an ability for the berserkers, but as we can see, he enjoys doing only warrior production. But it doesn't really say in the description what unit gets this ability, so I guess Vopli could work on that. Here he's making mortars, so few good placed mortars can actually deny me from attacking his base, but later in the game I'm gonna actually show that it's not gonna be the case. I'll just make a few workers, but I saw I already had 16, so I just started mostly making archers. And here I remembered that I'm similar level to Bubba's, and so I did the high level, I guess, tactic of spreading out a few units as little scouts, which would give me some vital information in case the enemy ran through here to try and rush my base. And so I decided to check what's over here. You have to kill a few goblin archers. But I guess I did lose an archer. Here my enemy just, I guess, regrouping with his units now. Trying to kill some neutrals. And over here we can see he managed to get hit with one shot, but then I was able to maneuver my archers to take down this mortar. I think before they were more harder to kill because they had more health and more armor, I guess. But now they can be countered by just archer spam, which is sort of funny to me. Basically, the mortar is supposed to counter archers, but archers counter mortars, so it's kind of doesn't make sense. And here I killed a good amount of workers, so I decided to run away. And I guess save as many archers as I could. But we can see they're kind of slow. These warriors were actually able to catch up to them and take them down because they have very little health. Now I guess on top of every time they level up, you only gain 10 health, I guess. I'm not sure how much level 3 gets, but warrior gets 20 more health and then 20 more after that, so. But I have a whole lot more archers I was printing at home. And after doing a lot of economic damage to my enemy, I decided to make another base. It's mine as well. And because this one was already maxed out with workers. And here I guess I decide to kill these wolves. But I see my enemy's army, so I decide to maybe snipe a few units. And here we're going to see I'm going to be trying to snap a few warriors, but the important part is that mortars have like double the range. When they're on top of a building, you can see they can fire all the way over here, which is like super far, because normally they have to be like this close to fire on top of an enemy building, or to fire against units on the ground when they're also on the ground themselves. Anyways, here are just sniping units. Just being annoying, I guess. Just doing little guerrilla tactics. Just attacking and running away. And then I went over here to check what's over here, which then allows me to kill his warriors once more. Here we're going to see these cannons. You have to be pretty close to begin firing. And so, but of course, as we can see, lower health. They get countered by archers. Just kind of very funny to me. Because in Classic, this would never be the case. Because cannons can just vaporize all the archers in Classic. And so here we can pretty much see that my enemy is on one base. There's no more army left. And at the same time, I have a lot of archers, a lot of production. Make a second base. And I guess I was somewhat trying to get the castle, or tier 3 town hall. And so at this point I'm just gonna speed it up, because there's not much happening. Just made a few cavaliers, got the pillage. Now I'm gonna get a few more, I guess, resources by killing this barracks. We are just trying to check what kind of army he had. So I think archery did a pretty good job. Made a swordsman, captured the outposts. And here my enemy tried to kill my cavaliers. They were starving, but I was quickly able to fix my food issue with a worker upgrade, which forces my enemy to just defend his own base. Right over here now, you can see he made a few cannons, getting the artillery ability, which makes cannons, I guess, in my opinion, way more, I guess, strategically useful compared to mortars, because they can have their very powerful direct attack or auto attack, and you have this very precise artillery ability. And here I made a few apprentices, a lot of cavaliers, but I kind of forgot that Vopwitch changed out the abilities, and now apprentices have the cure or the heal ability, and the cavaliers have a dispel. But in my humble opinion, this kind of makes the game a little boring, you could say, because now when it's cavaliers and muncher fight, cavaliers just dispel the muncher rage, and so they just have a just basic no ability fight, you could say. It just cancels out. I guess it is balanced, but it's kind of a little boring. Anyways, I begin attacking, bombard the enemy here. And then I just do a direct assault against the enemy. You can see how far these mortars shoot. Maybe even as far as artillery ability. But this is pretty much the end for my enemy here. These are just too much units and firepower for him to deal with. And so that's pretty much it. see results. Here you can see in mine double the amount of gold in my enemy. I guess because I got a second base and a third one even. And my enemy kind of got forced to stay in his base because he lost a lot of his warriors and mortars. But of course, because I did a very sneaky attack where I managed to go into his base and then kill his mortars and a few of his workers as well. Anyways, if you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more videos on the Scouring Early Access, then you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.